to show up daily, to be of help to you, so we can be of help to ourselves. Good morning, Sister Toju. I can see you on Facebook. Good morning, everybody. Wherever you are around the world, I want you to know that you don't wake up this morning because you want to. You are given an opportunity. And this opportunity must never be jeopardized, must never be commonized. This opportunity must never be taken lightly. Never you think about that it's your phone that wake you up. Never you think about that it is that you want to wake up, that's why you are up. No. You are up this morning because the Lord sustained you. So, October 20th. How did we get here? October 20th. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. So, wherever you are around the world, I want you to know that there is nothing that is too hard for God. So there is nothing too hard for you. If you can stand up this morning and put into practice what you have heard, if you can stand up this morning and try to tell the universe, hey, I'm here to take my own portion. I mean, if you can stand up this morning and say, hey, I am here, then you can get your own best. Today, I'll be sharing with you on the subject of settle, or you call it settlement. Please let correction be made. Settlement. Talktolife, settle 142 days. October 20th, NewDawnTV. Settle, settle, settle. That is the only way where you can retain your mantle. It is by settle that you can retain your mantle. Because many things in this world want to confuse you. Many things in this world want to derail you. But if you can settle, you can retain your mantle. Settle to retain your mantle. I'm going to give us a short break. The purpose of the short break is to go and invite one person to come and join you. I mean, to invite just one person to say, hey, I've been part of what God is doing. That means many lives have changed, many testimonies. I want you to please invite one person. On Facebook, invite one person. On YouTube, invite one person. On Instagram, invite one person. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that person that you're going to invite is the person that today is designed for. So let's take responsibility. Let's take one step, and let's help ourselves. And what? Invite one person. When I come back, I will pray. After prayer, I will go straight to the subject of settle, or call it settlement. I'll see you when I be back. Okay. Okay, I'm up. Welcome back. This is Talktolife, early money, unlimited inspiration with Rotimi Adedokun. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you this morning for the privilege, for the opportunity to come and learn at your feet, for the strength that you have decided to give us, for the opportunity that you have never taken away from us. You are God, and there is no other. We will forever be appreciative of everything that you have done. Therefore, Lord Jesus, as we start this morning, I pray that you will be with us. I pray that you will strengthen us. I pray that whatever we're about to say today will be what you have ordained. That we will not say what you don't want us to say. And we request your presence this morning. And everyone who has decided to be up this morning or to take responsibility this morning, that they are driving to work or they are at work or they are just want to get motivated, I pray that you meet them at the point of their need. Many things that I will not say that you want them to hear. Many things that you want them to hear directly from you, even when I'm saying what you have put in my mouth to say. Father, at the end of it all, let everybody have today as an encounter. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. 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 Good morning. Once again, everybody, this is Talktolife. Early money, unlimited inspiration with Rotimi Adedokun. For those, for those who are interested to register and make payment via PayPal, Zelle, and Cash App, please, we have sent you the link. That link is on Facebook, is on Twitter. The link is on Facebook, is on Twitter. You can go ahead and register right now. Okay. As I told you, can you find us now? I don't know why some people said, are we on? Oh. Okay, I think we are having some challenges. Some people say they can't find us on YouTube. Are we on YouTube now? Please, let's check the status. Are we on? Are we visible? Are we on listed? Are we on private, or are we on public? Okay. So I just wanted to know. Some people said, "Oh, there are two links to register." There are two links to register. You can register with the link. With that link there, you can make payment and go straight to business. Or the other one, the other link, you can just register and we're going to send to a form of payment. So let us know if you're on YouTube and you can get us. Give you 1 minute, please. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Like I said, some people said if you want to register direct for the masterclass for ladies, you can go ahead and register with the link that is pinned above. And like I said, that link also can be found here. Please, the new post shall be pinned instead of, okay, let me just go ahead and and do it. Let's pin this instead. Replace pin. Okay, so you can go ahead and pin and register with that link, or you register with the other link that was sent to you. Whichever one that you want, just make it happen. Okay, sister told you, do you want to try again? I think a lot of people said we are on YouTube now. Oh, so because of time, we just have to proceed. Let me know for those who have, if you know you are having challenge in connecting with us, please let me know. Let me know so we can fix it. Okay. Let's pray. Let us pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, everlasting God, we thank you. We know we prayed again. We need to do this again to be able to start properly. We come against every spirit of distraction. We invite the spirit of focus. And we cover ourselves with the blood of Jesus. Let everyone listening to us right now be blessed. Holy Spirit, take over the stage and shut down the spirit of the devil. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen. Somebody say you pray twice, something like that. So let us get straight to the business. So yesterday we talked about example, and if you can remember vividly, I said if you want to eat apple, which is a payment, your compensation, you have to produce a sample, and for you to produce a sample, you have to be the example. What that means is that you have to put in all the work needed if you want to show evidence for your living. And if you have put all the work needed, there's going to be evidence. When there's evidence, that's what people pay for. So I wanted to go past the mentality of I'm working. No, if you are working where there's nothing to show, you are not working. Work simply means the investment of time, energy, and resources to produce desired result. So I welcome you today. Today is going to be pretty much the same. What I mean, the same, going to be the same, following the same pattern and teaching us the same thing. And if you have any contribution at the end of it, let me know. So today I'll be sharing with you on the subject of settle. Either you call it or settlement, but I'm not comfortable to call it settlement, because settlement to me means something a little bit different from what I'm trying to project today. But let me use the word settle. So let me tell you today that we're talking about settle. Settle means to create a deal with somebody that you are having unrest with, somebody that you are not comfortable with, somebody that is want to take you down the path that you don't like. Settle. Let me tell you something. The Bible said all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. You can never use your spiritual standard to deal with people carnality. You can never use your spiritual standard to deal with people carnality. A PhD holder can never compare its level of focus to that of an high school. You can never use your spiritual standard to deal with people carnality. Maybe we need to write it down. You cannot use your spiritual standard to deal with people carnality. So, I'm trying to tell you this. We live in a world of offense. But the Bible says, woe unto him that through him offense shall come. I want you to know this. If you have a future, you are a devil's target. If you have a future, you become a target of the devil. If you have a future, you are a target of the devil. But the wisdom demands you can choose to be a target indeed, or you grow past the trouble that the devil is pushing to you. You can focus on how the devil is attacking you and maybe end up to dance to this tune or accepting the offer from the devil. I'm saying all that to say you have to be spiritually sensitive. Help me to put it out there if you're connecting this morning. You have to be spiritually sensitive. You have to be spiritually sensitive. You have to be spiritually sensitive. Your level of spiritual sensitivity will determine how far you are away from carnality. You have to be spiritually sensitive. Your level of spiritual sensitivity will determine how far you are away from carnality. Because let me tell you something. Temptation will come to you, especially if you are the type that have made it determined to serve God, that you have determined to follow God. But one thing I want you to know is this. You can do it. All you need to do is that be spiritually sensitive. When I'm talking about spiritual sensitivity here, I'm talking about that you let go your ego, you let go your pride. And let me tell you something, you can't serve God and serve ego at the same time. Maybe somebody needs to know that. You can't serve God and serve ego or pride at the same time. You have to serve him. That's why God said, hey, we cannot mock God. Either you serve the God or you serve the God. You know, you go and look at Matthew chapter 6. Between gold and God, both of them are. Let me prove that right. Matthew 6. No, let me see if I can get this right. I think Matthew 6:24. Let me see. Matthew 6. Okay, Matthew 6:24. For anywhere around the world, please connect with me. I'm trying to share you this today because I don't know. And let me tell you the secret. Anything I'm here to tell you is a thing that God has laid in my heart or what I'm going through myself. So I'm not here to just teach you something that I read in a book. I'm here to say, hey, I've been in it, I'm in it, and I'm still working in it. So Matthew 6:24, look at what the Bible said. It said, no man can serve two masters. Okay, two masters. Listen, for either he will hate the one and love the other. That is wrong English. It's supposed to be either he will hate one and love the other, or he put it this way, he will hate the one and love others. But both of them are D. So between devil and God, both of them are key. You have to choose one. If you carry pride, if you wear the makeup of pride, or you wear the gym suit of ego, you are not carrying God. You are not. You can't be expected to get the best of life while you are expecting the world to honor you at the same time. I don't know who I'm speaking to today, but I want you to notice. Sorry, Facebook pages. I think I just remember to take up the video. So I'm trying to tell you this morning that between your pride and your God, there is the one. You have to make a choice. Between your money and your God, there is the one. Between loving your wife or listening to what God is telling you, there is the one. Between taking care of your family or living a life that that does not befitting God, there is the one. Life is a choice. There is the one. Listen, Rotimi, I will not teach you what is not in the Bible. Matthew 6:24 is not even part of what I want to teach today. But I know this is God, because sometimes I have my note ready and the Lord just, hey, go past the note. And one of the scriptures I'm sharing with you is not part of the note. Between your pride, your ego, and your self-want and God, there is the one. And you know what happened? You are the servant that you obey. Who you obey is who you belong to. Romans chapter 6, if I'm right, Romans chapter 6 verse 16. Let me see if I can show you that scripture again. Romans chapter 6. Let me copy Matthew 6:24 first, because we are still going to come back there. So this morning, I want you to please search your heart. And I will tell you why I'm saying this, because I'm trying to share with you on the subject of settled. In life, there are many things that will post themselves to be that they want to support you. Know ye, Romans chapter 6 verse 16, it says, know ye not that to whom ye yield yourself, servants to obey. Is servants ye are to whom ye obey. So you are serving whatever you obey, whatever you yield to. If that spirit said slap your wife and you slap her, that means you have yield to what? To Mr. Anger. Then you are a servant to anger. Did anybody get what I'm trying to say? It's there. If that spirit say, hey, tell your husband that his head is not correct, and you just said, okay, when your husband says something, I just say, husband, go and sit down. See you. Funny guy. Is that what your mates are doing? When you abuse your husband, then you are yielding to abuse. And that is not of God. So I'm saying to you this morning, think about it. The Bible says, to the person that you obey, you are a servant to that person. Whether of sin or death, or of obedience unto righteousness. Did you see that? No, think about it. Listen, you don't need to believe in the Bible to be able to comprehend this. I'm sharing with you the secret. If you decided to go and follow strange woman and leave your wife at home and leave your children at home, you are a servant to fornication or adultery. Either you have to sin or death. So sin leads to death. So if you follow that sin, you lead to death. or to obedience or to righteousness. Make a choice. I'm trying to say this. If you refuse to yield to your self-need, you will align with God's command. Your refusal to yield, to self-need makes you to align with God. Your refusal to yield to self-need makes you to align with God. So I come to ask you this morning, who are you listening to? Anytime I come here to talk to you, you are not listening to me. No. Anytime you come here to listen, to hear Talk to Life, that is not me. That is not me. So what am I trying to say? Anytime the devil is offering you, giving you an offer, remember to create a counter offer. I will say that again. Anytime the devil is giving you an offer, remember to create a counter offer. What's a counter offer? A counter offer is an opposite. It's an offer that starts all over the conversation in a different direction. Let's say you want to buy something for $100,000, and somebody presents you an offer of $100,000. If you don't want to pay $100,000, you can counter back to like $75,000 or $80,000. What I've seen, you have reduced the worth of what that person is presenting to you, or the person wants to get from you. So I mean, you are starting the conversation in a different direction. So when devil presents to you that this is how you should do, this is what you should do, when you give devil a counter offer, you are starting the conversation in a different direction. That's what you need. Because of time, what is settle? Settle is a form of releasing yourself from stress. What I mean by settle is this. Don't expect that your wife will yield to you. Don't expect that your husband will yield to you. Don't expect that your boss will do what you want. Don't expect that the government of your country will produce exactly what you want. All you need to do with your level that you are, trust in God and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. Lean on God, trust in him, God alone, or God, no God at all. Anytime you are expecting from human being, you have put God aside. Romans chapter 8 from verse 4, 5 and 6. He said, if you are a friend of God, you become enemy to the world. But if you are enemy to the world, you become friend of. You have to understand, you cannot stay in two places. What am I trying to say? When the enemy comes to you to create unrest around you, hey, settle. Release yourself from the stress. Settle with your enemy. What I mean, let them have their way. You face God. That's what I'm preaching to you today. Let them have their way. You face God. Settle with them. Don't create unrest around yourself. So settled is a form of releasing yourself of stress. Unnecessary stress. You don't need it. Have a conversation with them. Is that what you want? You can take it. And you face God. Let God settle you. No man can displace you. If God settle you, no man can displace you. So, get that right. Number 2, what is settle? Settle is the secret of inviting peace to your life. The secret of inviting peace to your own life. You invite peace to your own life. Invite peace. You don't need to be having unrest and having grudges with the people and all kind of things. You don't need all that. You don't need all that. You remember John 10:10, the devil come to kill, to steal, and to destroy. His ultimate is to destroy you. But the four of us steal, then kill. Steal to distract you. Kill to get you disconnected. And destroy is to render you useless. So, number one, to settle simply means to release yourself from unnecessary stress. Unnecessary stress. Number two, to settle simply means to invite peace to your own life. So when you let the enemy have their way, when you let your enemy, when you let maybe your husband have his way, it's a way of settling to invite peace. It's a way of releasing yourself from unnecessary stress. Number three, what is settle? Settle is a secret to create the life that you desire in all situations. Let me tell you something. It might appear to you that you are a loser, but there is a song I used to sing when I was small. My mother used to sing to me that Ojú ò lè tẹni tó bá tanná, òṣìkà tó paná lójú máa tì. It means when there's a place in darkness and you turn on the light, you can never see shame turn on the light. But if anybody comes after you and turn off the light, then that person is the one that is going to see shame. I'm trying to say is this: if you bring peace to a situation, you can never see distress. You can never see shame. I want you to think about that. Look at what the Bible said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. So these are the words of Jesus. Jesus Christ said, settle matters quickly with your adversary who is taking you to court. Anytime you find yourself in a disagreement with somebody, especially with your wife, your husband, or your Christian brother, or your Christian sister, Paul even said, he said, why would you allow somebody to take you to court? He was writing to the people of Corinthians. He said, why would you allow somebody to take you to court? He said, why can't you allow you to be a loser than for you to take yourself to your earthly judge? I was listening to one of these powerful men of God in Ghana, Archbishop, I forgot his popular name. He's one of the top pastor in Winner. And he said a long time ago that they wanted to, have this the 31st and 31st crossover. And they have, started with a billboard. They invite everybody, and the place that they want to use was not their main campus. The place that they want to use is another venue who is very close to another church. And the church felt unrest, and the little church was fighting back that why will you leave your space and you now take this venue that is closer to our own church? With that, you will not allow people to come to our church in December 31st of that year. So it got to him. By the time it got to him, the member of both churches had started fighting. So what the Archbishop did, I don't know if I can get the name of that Archbishop. Very powerful man of God. He's the only African pastor who came to pray for President Trump. He's a Ghanaian. So listen to me, everybody. This is going to interest you. So he decided, when he realized that there is a friction, he decided to call off the program. He said, we're going to use our church for the 31st anniversary. Stop the advert, stop the jingle, stop everything. And people came to him. He said, Papa, Why will you back up? Why will you back out from a fight? He said, you have paid for this venue and you're supposed to use it. And he said, the Bible said we should fight against principalities and power, but not against our own brother. He said he decided to let go because he doesn't think that is befitting to the body of Christ. Let me ask you this question. By the time you are about to respond to your husband, to your wife, when you're about to respond to your boss, you're about to create unrest among your peers, to gang up against your boss, what do you think heaven is saying? And what do you think earth is celebrating? What do you think? You have to, your failure to think true will make you to smell true. Your failure to think true will make you to smell true. If you don't think, you will stink. If you don't think, you will stink. These are the things I want you to remember today. Your brethren, your brother, you go to the same church, and because of something, you started fighting, even physical fights, in front of everybody. That's not what we do. Before you do anything, ask yourself, what will Jesus do? Everything that makes you to see yourself so big that you cannot let go for people is a pride. It's a pride. For a woman, ego. For a man. I want you to think about it. Whatever you do, do it unto the Lord. You are not, I think that's Colossians 3:6-17. You are not doing it to men. You are doing it to God. To God. To God. To God. To God. So, Archbishop canceled the program on 31st and uses his church. He says somehow his action got to the president of Ghana as at that time. So the then president heard of what his decision to let go the venue, not to get his other churches, other church uncomfortable. So he decided, the president said, okay, that man is a true man of God. So the president says, before I go to my own church, I have to be part of what the church is doing, then go to my church on December 31st of that year, stroke 1st of the year. What am I saying? I'm saying that there's some decision you will take for yourself that will not be popular. There's some decision that you will take that people think, oh, you are a loser. No, you are not. It's just that when you fight a battle, you fight a battle that has been carefully selected. Carefully selected. Matthew 5:25, Jesus Christ said, he says, settle matter quickly with your adversary who is taking you to court. Who is taking you to court? He said, do it while you are still together on your way, or your adversary may hand you over to the judge, and the judge may hand you over to the officer, and you may be thrown into prison. So don't think somebody that is arguing with you is that person that is arguing with you. It's the devil that is trying to offend you. You have to be smart enough to be able to decode and understand. Let's proceed because of time. The nugget of settle. To settle, settlement brings joy. If you settle, you are inviting joy into your life. You will never know the peace that is there if only you can invite joy. Don't let people win. Don't worry about it. Let them win. In 2016, I moved to a particular place and nothing was going there. So I put everything that I have to start a church. and I haven't done all that I did. Some people still gang up and started saying something, you know. Let me tell you something. Devil will come after you. So you have a choice. Either you should fight back or you just let go to allow God to be God. Until there is God for all, it will never be God at all. To settle, it means to be joyful. Number two, to settle simply means you are creating a friendly environment. You will never know that you can never function in a toxic environment. Disagree with your husband, with your wife, and you are fighting. No, you can't sleep, you can't touch each other, you look at, you don't know that when you make a decision to be tough, you have made a decision to be to be tough. No, let me say that again. If you have made a decision to be tough, you have made a decision to be hot. And if you are hot, nobody wants to be around you. I love that. I think I need to write it down. If you make a decision to be tough, you have made to be hot. And nobody wants to be around a hot person. Nobody wants to be around a hot person. I'm trying to tell you this morning is that let people have their way and let God have his way. And you know what happens? When God have his way, those who have their way will come back and settle. They will come back and beg you. They will come back and beg you. So when you settle, you're joyful. When you settle, you are bringing a friendly environment. When you settle, you restore peace. Anytime you try to respond the way people are dealing with you, you are creating unrest. You are sabotaging yourself. You are removing peace. You are inviting sadness. Your heart is unrest. Your body blood temperature goes up. Because listen to this. Anything that wants to get you uncomfortable is not God. So be smart enough not to yield to the devil. Be smart enough not to yield to the devil. Be smart enough not to yield to the devil. Be smart enough not to yield to the devil. Be smart enough not to yield to the devil. Disagreement at home. The kids are not doing what you're supposed to do. All you just need to do, look at them and smile and say, hey, son, do it right this next time. You don't need to yell. You don't need to scream. No. If you need help with it, I'm going to. You have to, one thing I've come to understand that all businesses right now, we are in the business of education. So you will see bank will send you messages, 3 ways how you can increase your savings. Why are they teaching you all that? Walmart will say, hey, membership now. This is the 5 ways you need to know about your membership. No, Amazon will say the same thing. Why? Until you educate people, you can never get the best of them. Or you can never get the best of that relationship. So, to settle means you are joyful, you bring joy. Number 2, to settle means you create friendly environment. Number 3, to settle means you restore peace. Number 4, to settle means you attract freedom. If you can be free from those who want to catch you, from those who want to, who have intention to shut you down, if you can settle with them, you have bingo, you are now a free person. Because what they intended for evil, God has turned it to good. The brothers of Joseph were so frightened and they don't know what's going to happen to them. Joseph said, why are you guys being tense? We said, don't worry about it. He said, what you intend for evil, God. That is what I want you to know today. That if God is in the midst of whatever you are doing, don't worry, he will take care of you. He will take care of you. Like Joseph, you will find yourself in a place that you least expected. Like Esther, like Ruth, like Joshua, like Elijah. Days are what I envision while preparing for this message today, to see what God will help us to achieve. So to settle means you bringing joy. To settle simply means you creating friendly environment. To settle simply means you restore peace to you. To settle simply means you attract freedom. And number 5, to settle simply means you erase tension within and outside. You erase this tension. There's a tension. Anytime you have friction, there is a tension. The only thing that erases your tension is what happened, is for you to settle. Settle. And I say settle simply means you let go. Let go to let God. Let go to let you. Let go to let him. And if God should, you allow God to step into the situation, just like Paul and Silas did, you know what happened? The foundation will be shaken. all the doors, and everybody chains be losing. So I'm saying all that to say this morning. So as you go by your daily bread, I want you to know that, hey, there's going to be offense, but just look past it, grow past it. Today, it shall be your day. Let me tell you 5 things you need to know. If you refuse to settle, what are the 5 things that you need to know that will happen? Number 1, if you refuse to settle, you are imprisoning yourself. Somebody said, he said, unforgiveness is like drinking a poison and expect somebody else to die. She's still your wife. He's still your husband. They are still your parent. Don't worry. I've met, because of the past story, a lot of people have trusted me and they have shared something. There's something that I heard that I can't even say it. I can't. You can't fight your father. No, you cannot. You cannot fight your mother. They might not be there for you. They might not be present. But regardless, look up to God. And God will take care of you. Number 2, what happened that if you don't settle, you dig your own grave. Because of time, we got to proceed. Number 3, what happened if you don't settle? You cause unrest around yourself. So number 1, you imprison yourself. Number 2, you dig your own grave. Number 3, you cause unrest around yourself. Number 4, you invite strange atmosphere. You lose revelation. There's a disconnection in your spirit. That are the things that you have to be careful. Because you can lose everything but not Holy Spirit. Think about it. Without settlement, you imprison yourself, you dig your own grave, you cause unrest around yourself. Number 4, you invite strange atmosphere. And number 5, you put yourself in a wrong corner. You put yourself in a wrong corner. 5 things to do to be able to settle. Number 1, don't allow people to come to you. You go to them. I call it to be proactive. Be proactive. Don't worry. Everything good that you are doing it for yourself. If you decide to respect somebody, for yourself. Number 2, be sensitive. Anything that is bringing unrest around you is not God. And immediately once you recognize that it's not God, just let it go. Let me tell you something. I've come to prove this. You don't need to believe me. Anything that belongs to you belongs to you. I will say that again. Everything that belongs to you. Nobody can steal that thing that God has given to you. Nobody. So be proactive, be sensitive. Number 3, be logical. Use your mental capacity. Do the calculation. Be sensitive spiritually. When I mean logical, I'm talking about spiritual sensitivity. Spiritual sensitivity. Number 4, be thoughtful. Think about, if I decided not to talk to this person again, so what happened? One of the things I've come to understand, my mother taught me that before she passed on. He said it's better to look for more friends than to create more enemy. Or it is beneficiary for you. So, be proactive, be sensitive, be spiritually, be logical. And I'm talking about in the spirit realm. Be thoughtful, and the fifth one, as I round up this morning, is to be ready. To be ready to take the step. If the person does not come to you, go to the person. Settle yourself. Jesus said in Matthew 5:25, he said, you settle yourself. You are not settled with people, you settle yourself. Forgive them. Forgive them. Forgive them. Let it go. So, that's all I got this morning. Please let me know what you've heard. Today, August 20th, on the subject of settle. What have you heard? What have you heard? What have you heard, family? We're going to go very fast today. So. Wherever you are around the world, this morning I'm urging you. This morning I'm pleading with you. Settle with your wife. Go back to your parents. Apologize. You don't need to be wrong to apologize. For God's sake. Do it unto the Lord. For God's sake. For God, let everything that you do reflect it. Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. Paul said, and whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord. Do all in the name of the Lord. So when somebody comes with you for something that you don't understand, do all. Respond. Not the way that person showed up to you. Respond that you are doing it for God's sake, for God's sake, for God's sake. Remember, for God's sake. Or put it like, what will Jesus do? These are the things that you're supposed to know. I wanted to know this today, that until you settle, there are many things that will never get to you. And remember, it is settlement that makes you to retain your mantle. It is settlement that helps you to retain your mantle. So wherever you are watching me from this morning, I pray that anyone that has been cursed, Anyone that has been cursed, they will not see you, you will not see them. Anyone that has been marked for death, who want to bring you down the eye of trouble, they will not see you, you will not see them. May the hand of God come upon you. May the hand of God rest upon you. In the mighty name of Jesus. Receive the peace of God. Receive the joy of God. May God come to your heart and restore peace to you. Whatsoever that looks like a burden, how you have been hurt by people, may God bring healing into your heart this morning. May God give you the strength for you to push. May you look past your pain. May you look at God's payment on the cross of Calvary. And at the end of you, Lord, you have the God to glorify your holy name. To glorify the name of the Lord. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. 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 Like I said, it is not about you. It is not about you. It's not about you. Whatever you do, it is not about you. Think about the next generation. So if you have a healthy conscience, you're going to pass it down, and you can pass it down, and you can pass it down. People will hurt you, but don't worry, God will take care of you. God will take care of you. So, Mr. Shagsi Global Group, thank you. Finally, I see your face a little, not too big. It's a settle me to let go. Have your peace. Yes, you need it. You need it. I'm telling you, you need it. You don't need all this unnecessary toxic environment. Yes. You don't need it. Let me tell you something. The more you move towards God, the more devil move closer to you. His intention is to get you away from God. But you have a choice. When he touches you, you have a choice to look to him and respond to him, or you have a choice to ignore him. The more you ignore him, the closer you are to God. And the more you pay attention to him, the farther away God is from you. So these are what the things I think today. Thank you, and thank you. For those who are yet to register, I want you to know that your payment, I'm pushing all the payment to Wednesday, and for $50, which is 25,000 naira, you can register and have one person to join you. For those who have registered, the link that we put on Facebook, you can register there direct. You can register there, and when you register, we're going to send you a form of a link so you can make payment. For those who said, okay, I want to pay direct, I want to register direct, that is 1 minute, please. That is the other link that we sent to you. The other link that we sent to you from Paystack. Please, which of the link you want to leverage on, it doesn't matter. So just register, please, and let's see how far God will take us. You know, the day is approaching, and it's going to be. Yes. Very powerful, Mr. Shagsin Global Group. He said, you can't serve God and gold. You choose one because life is a choice. Yes. Who you serve shows who you belong to. Yes. So what people don't know, if somebody hurts you and you know that person hurts you, so you are right, that person is wrong, and you say, I don't want to talk to that person. No, that means you are creating unrest. And God, Jesus said, he said, settle with them. Why? Settle with them. Because the person that will judge is the judge of this world. It is devil that's going to judge his son, going to say his children are doing good. But why can't you wait for the judge of the universe, the God himself? So that's what I'm thinking. So everybody, God bless you. God bless you. The hand of God will be upon you. Thank you. Yes. Great counter offer. Counter offer is just saying, devil, now let's start this in a normal way, in a different way. I don't want to go this route with you. Okay? When your husband just do something funny, so it's not your husband. That wasn't your husband. And I want you to know that he's God. So, everybody, thank you. For those who are expecting email, please, I will call the necessary people. And I'm tired, I have to get it. I've sent it myself, but no, I will get necessary people to get it across to you. Thank you, everybody, and good morning. Remember that you should talk to life. Talk to yourself. It's not about what I'm sharing. Process it. That's why I encourage people to write. Process it. So, is Rotimi making sense? Is it making sense? You invest in people, they will come against you. You marry to your wife, marry to your husband, the person that you love, and they will say things that's going to hurt you. You have a choice, either to respond back or to say no more marriage, or you say your own choice. But anytime you have yielded to anything, you are the servant of what you yield to. If you yield to anger, you are a servant of anger. But if you yield to obedience or to righteousness, you are a servant of what? Obedience to God or to righteousness. So that's what I have today, this morning. God bless you. Remember, talk to life. And remember, you are designed for royalty. You cannot afford to settle for less. Thank you, everybody, and God bless you.